basic pizza dough, buns, or white bread recipe, you're going to need 4 cups of flour, and then you want powdered milk, about a 1/4 cup. I just do a handful kind of thing. That's plenty for me. That's how I do it. And then I prefer dry yeast. It mixes into the flour. That's the method I've always used when I ran my restaurant, everything. This was the best homemade pizza dough or bread. So 2 tablespoons of dry yeast. And you just want to stir that all together and get it good and mixed. And then make a well in the center. That's where you'll be adding your wet ingredients. This is a very simple recipe for people on a budget. So that's that. Well in the center. Nicely mixed. Now I will add about, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar to a jar big enough to hold about 2 cups of liquid or more. And to that same jar with the brown sugar, I will add some salt, probably about a teaspoon. And to that, I will add some bacon grease. Let's get it open. There we go. Bacon grease. 3 tablespoons. And that's to the brown sugar and the salt. And we missed it because it didn't record, but I added 1.5 cups of hot water to the brown sugar, bacon grease, and salt. And I'm mixing that real well. And it's got to be hot enough to activate your yeast, but not too hot to overcook it so it doesn't activate. So now we're going to add this warm water mixture right to that well in the center. And then we're going to mix that up. There we go. Let's form that together. And that's just how I do a basic pizza dough, bun, or white bread, and it's very versatile. So we'll get that stirred together and combined, and then we'll knead it. So I've stirred that really well till it came together, and then you just knead it. I don't know, some people say 10 minutes, but I just go with my heart and do it till it feels right. I'm not no master bread maker, I just like bread. Kind of goes with meat and potato and root vegetables. You know, like what our ancestors eat. I don't know if they had yeast, but we do. And they use potato yeast and stuff like that, I suppose. So that's getting pretty good. Feels good. What do you think? Let's see what we got from there. So now I'll cover that with more bacon grease and let it rise for an hour till it's at least double in size. So there we go. I've covered that with grease. And I like to use this pot lid. And there we go. Cover that, and then I'll put a towel over that. And we'll let that rise for an hour. bread making is for anybody. It's very therapeutic and satisfyingly delicious. And now I am going to grease my baking sheet with, you guessed it, haha, bacon grease. You want to get that everywhere on the pan. You don't have to use bacon grease. You can use whatever you prefer. That's just what I prefer. Get it nice and spread around. There we go. Now this is what I do. Not everyone does it this way. Most people will punch it down now, but I prefer to divide it up now before I punch it. So if you're doing pizzas, you would do that into 4, but I'm going to do 2 loaves of bread today. And now you can punch it down. Now let your dough rise for 40 minutes. And you want to keep that covered for 40 minutes in a warm spot as it rises. Bread dough has risen. That will go in the oven at 350 for 40 minutes. And there we go. 2 loaves of bread done. I like to tap the tops if it sounds hollow. It's usually done. There you go, homemade white bread.